January 8th, 2023. How's it going, guys? So, what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about crime, drug dealing, a little bit of everything here in Kansas City and Independence. So, where do we begin? Well, last night, after I'd been to Arby's and the guy was threatening to bust our windows out over there on Nolan Road, I'm up to, I don't know, 132 messing around with the tablet. And I know Fox 4 posts something about out here by Waterfall Park where a lady got shot and killed. Don't know what the incident was about, but they were talking to this one guy and he had a doggy. He said, well, there's nothing that goes on over here. No, that's not true, guys. Waterfall Park is a big place for them to deal their drugs. Now, I've made many videos and posted on YouTube about it. They deal drugs there. They work on cars there, your tent tag cars, your cars that don't have no license plates. They raise them up, work on them there. I'm going to show you some of my videos here. On top of it, where this incident took place, there's a lot of problems with people carrying guns and knives too at this park. And if people say, oh no, they're wrong. Now I got one video that I'll show you where a guy was even up on the bridge and he had a gun and basically he had it on his side. He wasn't a cop or nothing like that. One time when we were there, up there where that one, like where they have like, what am I looking to say, the balconies. There was a guy, it actually had a gun. It looked like, to me, it looked like a rifle, could have been a shotgun, but he was out there on the deck up there. Now, what do you need to be out on the deck up there like that for? What would you be doing? I don't know. A lot of weird things. A lot of stuff goes on. So today, I went over there to Waterfall Park and walked it. I got a video I'm going to post here. I talk a little bit about this. I talk about where it was, where this other guy had a gun up on that balcony. I can't imagine, anything like that whatsoever, why somebody would be doing something like that. Makes you wonder. I've walked, I don't know how many hundreds of miles there at Waterfall Park. And I started going to the zoo instead. Because I get about 4 miles over there. I only got about a mile and a half over there too, over there. So that's why I started going to the zoo, get a little bit more time in. But is it safe? No, it's not safe. And for anybody to say it is safe, they're wrong. Because, like I say, there's been many incidents and things I've seen there. I've seen people sleeping in their cars. I've seen a lot of other weird stuff go on there too. I've seen some prostitution there. I didn't post that. There's a lot of things that go on. One time, me and my son, we actually went into the men's bathroom. When we went into the men's bathroom, there was a woman in the men's bathroom. Yeah, guys, she was cleaning herself up over there on the sink over there. So this is what Waterfall Park is about. And when they were talking to that gentleman, I got the videos. I can back it up. Yeah, the truth is out there, guys. But so many people want to turn a blind eye to it. I was listening to, it was basically a guy yesterday, and he's got a YouTube metaphysics channel. He's been on there. He's been a healer for like 30 years. And he teaches anymore. He doesn't really heal. He said he'll do it, but he said why he got out of it is because he would get people feeling better and everything, and then they go right back to the same bad habits again, doing the same bad things. Well, it's just like here. I mean, these people, they just keep going in a circle over and over and over. over again. Same bad. They never change. And it just, and it makes you wonder, Now, you take the police, like what we called last night about Arby's and stuff. I mean, that's their job. It's like if I'm a mechanic and I'm working on brakes, if you call the police, you expect that somebody to come out. I mean, our tax money pays for it. Anyway, my tax money should be paying for it. I don't know about all the people here on 47th Street that's renting these places where there's 7 or 11 people in one house and 7 in the other, and they have temp tags, they're expired, and come on, guys. Well, it's breeding more of that. Just turn a blind eye to that. But it's gonna come back and catch everybody in the end. And I'm gonna show that too. Remember, also, this kind of gets off the subject a little bit, but that thrift store I told you where it looked like somebody was trying to break into like the truck, and they had at 1 a.m. in the morning, there's weird stuff. I posted those videos too. I showed it. Well, now there's some windows busted out up there. They got them boarded up now where somebody's busted the windows out here in Independence, Missouri. Now, like I say, I was born and raised in Independence. I like Independence. Go over on the Kansas side, they consider Independence a slum area. And that's what they do. I've been over there in, like I say, $4 million homes. Because you guys remember, I used to precision dance. I danced with the elite. But, buddy's buddy. But, it doesn't matter. Both sides are dirty. Kansas is dirty. Missouri's dirty in the sense when it comes to crime and different things. One thing I could never figure out about Kansas, Missouri, if you went in any of the bars, the Kansas side, even when they had the shooting and stuff, they never would scan you with like a metal detector or anything when you walk through. Now you can go to the Harrah's or the Voodoo Lounge, or you go there, they make you empty all your pockets, everything else. Other places in Kansas, they don't care. And it's really strange in that sense. But like I say, it doesn't matter. There's bad guys on both sides, and like I say, there's good people too out there too. I post these videos so people can see what's going on and make sure that they don't fall in bad situations out there. That's why I show what I do. I mean, when we got a guy going down 47th Street here, and he's on meth, and he's slamming his head up and down on the surface out here. Then Independence lets them put a meth recovery place down here at Norfleet. I mean, come on, guys. These people don't get better. Oh, they say, they'll get better. I don't see it. But that goes back to, like I say, I was talking about that one gentleman that had the metaphysics deal that basically was just talking about people that say they weren't on drugs, but say they had other bad habits, but they just keep going back for more. Here you go. And I've been watching other things. Like I say, I've been doing a lot of work here on the house. I'm not going nowhere. I'm here to stay. I got boomers going up and down the street all the time, booming. Very annoying. That's what they're trying to do. But that's too bad. That's the way it goes, guys. I own my house. And, I put it this way. If I ever left out of this house won't be standing here. Because I'll guarantee there'll be just a hole here in this ground right here. This house will not be here. Nobody gets the house. My father left it to me. We have 4th generation people living in this house here. So it's paid for. Oh my God, can you imagine how many taxes have been made off this? At almost $1,100. It probably wasn't way back in the 50s, but it was, it was probably $800, something like that. After 75 years of this house, it's probably about 75 years old, I'm guessing. They paid $80,000 here just in taxes off this house over the years. Think about that. So I ain't going nowhere, buddy. No way. Like I say, nobody will ever get this house either. Because if it ever came to that, be like the military. You know, like when the military would pull out of different countries, you don't leave the military equipment. Oh, did somebody do that before this year? You don't do that. I remember my friend that was in the Navy talking about, when they were talking about over in the Philippines, the docks, the stuff that the United States government had built, they were talking about sinking, blowing them up in the areas where they had so nobody could use them. See, people need to think about that too. You don't want people to get your stuff. If you can't use it, then nobody gonna use it. So anyway, we go on from there. Now I'm going to show some stuff here. I want to start also out about the homeless here real quick. I've tried to show good videos about the homeless to try to help them. But then I've also shown things too, exactly like where they're pooping and peeing right out in the streets and stuff up here, like off Sterling, the way they were. And so because of disease. Now we're going to talk about disease for a minute too. Out here on 40 Highway, I've been waiting. Now several weeks ago, a deer got hit out there off 40 Highway. Now, if you're in the woods, natural predator animals will, come up, eat other animals and stuff like that. This deer is out here on 40 Highway. Now this would be, I'm going to see north, to see it's west. That's east. It's eastbound. It's down there, over there by that dog clinic over there. I think that used to be like a boys' home across on the other side, but it's on this side. Actually, it'd be on the south side of 40 Highway, eastbound. And the carcass is still laying there. Nobody's picked it up. The city, the highway, nobody's. But the problem that I have is the homeless all go back and forth down through there. And not all these people are right, as you can see, just from my video last night. And if they go to touch this carcass, rotting. Now, I know better than to do something like that. Hopefully, 50% of you out there know better than to do something like that. But the problem with this is, they might not. And then what if they got sick off of it? What if even if they tried to eat it? Even if it's old? Yeah, not good, guys. Something they need to be aware of. But I'm gonna show some of this stuff. I'm gonna post my video out here at Waterfall Park. I mean, this is not just Independence problem. This is Kansas City's problem. I went over here by Quality Inn on Nolan. There's just a lot of stuff going on over there too. I used to go over there, dance over there. They used to have a dance. They used to have a DJ would go in there. They'd rent a room out and dance. But there's a lot of other dirty stuff between drugs, prostitution, other stuff that go on over there too. I went by today and there's some things I've seen. I won't post all that, but still not good. Also went down here by the Red Roof. I think it was called Red Roof Inn down there. Now they had a lot of shootings down there here in Independence. I went down there this morning. I wanted to see. I don't know if it's like an old folks home or people are living in them as apartments now. But first thing I seen was a guy coming out with Rottweilers and pit bulls. I was just thinking, whole group of them coming right out the door. Yeah, I'm sure some of this has changed. Probably not. But it's here. And people need to be aware, because when people turn a blind eye to this, it just gets worse. Plus, we're right in this area, and I will say this again, we're from the stadium, but Kansas City's got this persona, like, they always say that they want tourists, they want people to come in here. I don't really believe all that sometimes. Yeah, they like their money at the stadium. But what are we doing here in the areas to make sure it's safe for the people, the tourists, the people that come in here? I don't see it. I mean, if I come in here and I come down this Quality Inn down here, there's a lot of bad things that go on over there, just even by Price Chopper. About a year and a half ago, that Burger King, before they redid it, they were using that Burger King. There was a trash can that was sitting out on the side there. And they were using that as a drop off to drop drugs. Now, how do I know this? Because my mother was in the hospital. And my son in the morning, me and him went over there to get a biscuit, breakfast biscuit. Black guy comes up, walks in there, opens top of the can, puts a baggie in there, and closes the can down. We're sitting out there, and I said, well, look at this. Here comes another guy. Comes back, takes the cover off, reaches back in, gets it out. Price Chopper. Going back. I could go back to my video on that. I caught it was a younger guy on a motorcycle or mini bike or dirt bike or whatever. And they actually, you can see that exchanging hands. The money and the bag exchanging hands over there. Not making this up, guys. You know, the thing of it is, if the police do not take these people and get them,